When you create a form, your first question will default to multiple choice, but you can change the question format by using the drop-down menu. It's always a good idea to make your first question name. For that, we would choose short answer. A short answer field will expand to take the amount of text that is input. But if you want to give your students a visual cue that you are looking for more than just a few words, choose paragraph text. In all Google products, 3 vertical dots mean more options. Click here if you want to add hint text. For my form, I will type the format in which I want to receive the name. Last name, comma, first name. Nobody likes to get papers without a name on it. Same goes for form responses. To make this a required question, toggle the required setting from white to colored. If you decide you no longer need a question, delete it by clicking the trash can. If you want to duplicate your question, keeping all the settings and only editing the options, for example, click Duplicate. To add another question, click the plus button and choose the question format from the drop-down menu. A multiple-choice question can contain as many options as you like. Type your question in the question field. Again, if you would like to add subtext, choose Hint Text Form from the Options menu. Here, you can also choose to shuffle the answer options for each student. If you already have a list of possible answers, you can copy and paste them into the first option field. You can add as many answer options as you like. If you want to add an Other field that will allow students to type their own answer, click on the blue Add Other option. If at any point you want to eliminate one of your options, click the X to delete it. If you decide you want to reorder your options, hover the mouse to the left of the option you would like to move and use the handlebars to drag it into the desired place. Checkboxes allow the student to choose one or more of the options. It is helpful to add hint text such as check all that apply when using checkboxes to remind students that more than one answer may be appropriate. When the list of options you want to give is very long, it can take up a lot of screen space. You might consider using the drop-down menu. This will allow students to choose one option from several, for example, states or months of the year, without having to scroll down very far. Similar to a multiple choice, you can shuffle your answer options for each student. The linear scale option is used for questions that have a spectrum of answers. You can adjust the scale's minimum and maximum numbers using the drop-down menus. Enter the label for the 2 endpoints of the scale. There is no label for the middle ground and no undecided or NA options. You could accommodate for this using the hint text. The multiple choice grid is the online version of matching. This can be used for categorizing answer options, such as a list of animals in the rows and the terms mammals, reptiles, etc. in the columns. When you have pairs of terms that are mutually exclusive, like shapes and the number of sides they have, you can use the multiple choice grid too. Use the option menu to limit one response per column. If you are asking for dates or time, using the date and time feature is very convenient. The date question will provide the students with a pop-out calendar and guide the formatting. This avoids the trouble of receiving differently formatted answers, like April 1st, 2016 or 1-1-16. If you are asking about dates and time, for example, to schedule parent-teacher conferences, use the Options menu to include the time. If your questions only include time, just add the time question type. If you are not asking a specific time, just how long, use the menu option to change to duration. This might be a way to collect data on how quickly students run the mile or how many hours of sleep they get. Then use the data as a class to create graphs.